Hey guys, welcome to An Academy. This is the daily summary and news analysis of the Hindu for today, that is 29th of December 2016, presented to you by me, Dipanshu Singh. You can read more about me on this slide. You can also follow me on An Academy on that link. And guys, we have approximately 7,000 people who have enrolled for this course for this month. So I would request you guys to all of you that who watch this course and found this beneficial for them to please review the course and rate the course and give us 5 stars if you like the course, because there are only 3 days left for this month. So at least we can reach to the 2,000 ratings for this month, of course. And the question for today is regarding the Manipur crisis. So do attempt this question. I have given some feedback to the question of yesterday's. And the first opinion for today is regarding the recent United Nations Security Council's resolution against Israel's settlement construction. And this resolution, as you know, was passed by a 14-0 majority in the United Nations Security Council, to which obviously the biggest issue was the concern for Israel specifically was that the US abstained, which has been its ardent supporter from the beginning. But this actually resolution that calls the settlements illegal does not have any legal validity because it's not binding for Israel to stop the illegal constructions and illegal settlements, and actually this resolution was introduced by Egypt, and therefore Israel pressurized Egypt to withdraw the resolution, which it successfully did, but then it even pressurized US to veto it, but US did not, and as we all know that it abstained on this resolution. But previously, if you go by the history, US has similarly vetoed similar resolutions in the past to actually facilitate negotiations between Israel and Palestine, and while this UNSC resolution was being discussed and passed at the Security Council, the ambassadors from different countries actually hoped that this resolution, if successfully passed, will actually push towards the two-nation state solution. That is the common aspiration of the international community as of now, because they want both the existence of Israel and Palestine as a peaceful state, as a peaceful neighbors. But obviously, the lines are very difficult to assume that Israel will stop, constructing these settlements. But for the biggest issue for Israel is that they will not stop down. They'll build more settlements, and they will also look for annexing the West Bank and East Jerusalem, thereby annulling any prospects of a two-state solution. They do not believe in the two-state solution. However, the biggest concern for Israel is not this resolution, but the actual issue is that what this resolution does. It actually gives the legitimacy for the International Criminal Court to recognize the criminal violations and the war crimes by Israeli security forces against Palestine. And as we all know that Palestine is a recognized state at United Nations in 2002, and it got recognition in ICC in 2014. Therefore, it actually would threaten these settlers in West Bank and East Jerusalem, but also would definitely cause pressure for Israeli forces to serve in future criminal bombardment of Gaza Strip. And if we go by the history, in 1967, Israel seized the West Bank and East Jerusalem and Gaza Strip, which were part of the Palestine at that, and it was outside its control, ignoring UNSC's resolution, and it even violated the Fourth Geneva Convention, obviously with support from the US. And the first major resolution after it, which was passed, was to define the terms of the Israeli occupation, was 242, and it was actually sponsored by the United Kingdom and passed in November 1967 with unanimous approval. And US actually did not veto it as well, because they thought, even though the relations were not that good at that time between Israel and US, but Israel actually does not want even two or even one state solution. They do not believe in this theory, even though Oslo Accords actually paves the way for a possibility of a Palestinian state. Even though it does not have any explicit statement to end this settlement activity, but Israel actually has a dream of a greater Israel. They want to, they believe it's their ancient homeland, and basically Rome Statute was actually passed for the establishment of ICC after this, through which actually forced the US to continuously support Israel in this. And ICC also was pressurized to move beyond the African continents and African war crimes. So they found this opportunity in this Israeli actions to provide a legitimate site of inquiry. But it's actually a crisis in waiting, because yesterday Donald Trump actually tweeted in support of Israel, and they said, just stay strong and wait till I'm elected as the president of the United States of America. So he is definitely going to support Israel in this. He's against the terrorism and especially I would say Islamic countries, and therefore it's a huge task for the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres to balance this two-state solution and take help from the international community. The other one is regarding the inter-caste marriages. There was a survey, the SARI survey, Social Attitudes Research for India, which gave us some interesting insights. Actually, B.R. Ambedkar was the first who pointed out that the social ban on intermarriage is the most fundamental idea on which the whole fabric of the caste is built up. And the main issue with this particular article and this survey is that whether inter-caste marriages are less uncommon in India. So if you go by the survey, and even the Indian Human Development Survey found that only 5% of the marriages are inter-caste in India. And the survey points out that 50% of the non-scheduled caste respondents in Delhi and 70% in the Uttar Pradesh said that they would oppose a child or a close relative marrying a Dalit or the person from lower caste or inter-caste, and they are more so over against the inter-religious marriage as well, especially the most of the opposition in the states of Uttar Pradesh. And the data actually from the survey also suggests that the desire to stop the other people from having inter-caste marriages is not as uncommon as you might think, and it does not have any specific restrictions to a particular age. Even young people oppose that, and some of them even going to the extent that they want a law to stop these marriages. And the backers for this particular law is both from the upper caste and the lower caste as well. The only positive sign is that education helps a little in strongly associated in helping removing this mental barrier, but then the surprising thing is that in Delhi about 25% of the highly educated people said that there should be a law against such marriages, and in Uttar Pradesh it is about 45%. So what this tells us is that there's a serious issue with our education system, and even families that are not adamantly opposed to inter-caste marriages, there is a strong belief that it is more convenient to settle down with a socially and a culturally familiar person. There has been some symbolic gestures and attempts by government to ameliorate the issue. The Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment makes available 500 monetary awards to inter-caste couples is a welcome step, but obviously a lot needs to be done in this as well, because sometimes even officials and police officials and administrative officials they discourage or intimidate couples who try to marry across caste or religious lines. Therefore, the government should bring much more to promote intergroup marriages, intercaste and interreligious marriages, and to protect those who seek them by passing strict laws against it. So the next bit of news we'll cover quickly are the national, international and business-based news. So the national page news, first one is regarding the Sabrimala temple will be open tomorrow for the Makari Vilaku. So you have to read about this. This might come in GS1. And there was an article about Bondas, who are one of the most primitive tribes in India. In the world actually, present in the Odisha and Malkangiri district area, are facing some issues due to demonetization. And with the help of the agricultural credit societies, Rajasthan villages will sport a new look. So they are doing these innovations. And the central government, specifically the Ministry of Human Resource and Development, has asked for internet jammers in school buses to prevent porn material from circulation. And for the first time, CBI officers have been ordered by a court to pay damages to DD officials for fraudulent prosecution. And there have been some rise in, there's actually 33% rise in derailments in the railways, and accidents due to derailment have actually gone up to 68 from this year's 51 in the previous year. And there will be an ordinance to end RBI's liability, basically to decide how much of a special dividend it should give to the government. And when the demonetization was done in 1978, the Act actually laid out penalty provision for those who furnished false details in the declaration accompanying the deposit. And Haryana will actually emulate Andhra Pradesh's practice of socio-economic data collection, that is the Praja Sadhikar survey, which will actually help in improving accountability and reducing corruption in all the sectors. And you can read about this article. It's about the genetic engineering and use for it in pollution control measures. So interesting article there. The business page and international page news has that there will be an IVRS to register called ROPS 1955, and it is now currently applicable in Delhi, Mumbai, Punjab, UP, and Uttarakhand and other states, and it will be extended to entire country soon. And the cabinet has given approval for the International Solar Alliance Pact, and the centre has named one of the youngest RBI deputy governor, of which and RBI actually has 4 deputy governors, of which 2 are traditionally promoted from within the ranks of central bank, and another are one is a commercial banker and an economist. And aviation sector may face some issues due to downward pressure on yield, and 2007 may see curtains on many mines regarding the clearances due to green clearances, an issue of certain acts like the Mines and Mineral Development laws and Campa issues. And Ministry has given 200 rupees grant to Tirupur, which is famous for its textile industry. And Nawaz Sharif has actually inaugurated China-backed Chashma 3 power plant. And LET wing has been, the student wing Al Muhammadah has been declared terrorist organization. And so this is it for today, guys. Thank you so much and have a good day.